Hello students, welcome to Topper IAS. So as a part of our daily series, today also we will be discussing one of the uh, topic or a concept which is important from mains point of view. Okay, so let's get started. So what we will be dealing with sustainable development goals. See, this is a basic concept you need to know in order to understand a number of debates that go around environmental issues. So we have picked up this issue because Lakshadweep, there has been protest over here because of land, various regulations that have been brought. So for us, what is important is, so this is a classic example for calls for development versus environment protection versus you know social inclusivity. Okay, a development should not compromise on the environment, neither it should not also compromise on the social inclusivity. In the sense, a development should not exclude people of the particular location. So the issue is going on. So before we get into the what exactly Lakshadweep, what is the issue over there, we need to understand what is the sustainable development and the goals and how did it evolve. Okay, so basically, sustainable development goals, these are a set of goals and targets and indicators that UN member states will be expected to use to frame their agendas and political policies. So as the name says, sustainable development goals, these are goals, targets and indicators that the United Nations member states should keep these as a background while forming their policies and all. See, for example, in the way, like you see, DPSP constitution, you have DPSPs, right? So what constitution says, these are fundamental in the governance of the country, and legislators should keep these principles in mind while formulating the policies. So same is the case in a sustainable development goals also should be in the background while forming the policies. Okay, so these are such kind of goals and targets. There are around 17 goals and 169 targets. Okay, and these 17 goals are part of 2030 agenda for sustainable development. We will see what it is. And so they have been implemented since 2015. What is the aim of sustainable development goals is to mobilize the efforts. So mobilize all efforts internationally. Why? To by mobilizing, you need to end all forms of poverty, fight inequalities, and tackle the climate change while ensuring that no one is left behind. Okay, so sustainable development goals. So by achieving these goals, what you do is you are going to end the poverty, you will be reducing inequalities, at the same time you will be addressing climate change, and this will be, these all things will be done without leaving anyone behind. So aim of this is nothing but the aim of the sustainable development goals. Okay, so as we said, there are 17 sustainable goals. Okay, so 17 sustainable goals. See that first one is like no poverty. Okay, so you take care that there is no poverty. See, poverty, those people, if you define it in terms of monetary value, according to World Bank, a person living with below $1.9 a day is considered as a poor. And normally you see a person who is not able to meet his basic needs of food, clothing, shelter, we refer it as a poor. Okay, the one of the goal is to there should not be any poverty in the world. Okay, then zero hunger. So as I said, food is also a basic need, and there are people still dying because of lack of availability of food. So you take care, you ensure that there is a food security. Not only food security, the available food should be also nutritious. This is what the sustainable development goals says, and this you do by improvising agriculture. Okay, so that is with respect to goal to zero hunger. no poverty, then we have good health and well-being. So you all know health is nothing but health is wealth. Okay, so it's not just enough to live. So what matters is we should live also healthily as long as we are alive. So take measures so that there is a good health of people and well-being of the people, and go for, ensure quality education, not just. So education is the best weapon to change the world. And but lack of opportunities, not everybody is able to get the education. So not only provide education, also ensure that there's a quality education. Okay, so that you take care of. And there is a gender equality. So women, so they have been all discriminated historically across time and space. So across continents, so across the time period, modern, ancient, medieval world. So there has been discrimination for women in all the spheres. So take care that there is, gender equality, reduce that gender inequality. Okay, so we also have sustainable development goal 6 with respect to clean water and sanitation. So water is a basic need, and sanitation plays a role in health and all those things. Okay, and sustainable development goal 7, affordable and clean energy. So not just food security is important, energy security is also important. So that enhances quality of life. Okay, and standard of living. And see that this energy is also available to people living in remote areas of the country also. Okay, so that it should, so for that to happen, it should be affordable to even lower sections of the society. Okay, and clean energy, obviously there are impacts of if the using fossil fuels energy and all fossil fuels, pollution and all those issues. So go for clean energy is what it says. Then decent work and economic growth. So having a work, livelihood is important. Work, people will be able to earn, then they will be able to meet their basic needs. And not only there, it is also helpful for the economic growth. Moment people are having the income level, they it will boost demand. Then what you see is investment and all the economic activities cycle. Okay, so and there is a ninth one, industry, innovation and infrastructure. So these are also equally important. Infrastructure has to be there to run the economic activities and also social, well-being. Then inequalities have to be reduced. So that has to be done. And then there are sustainable cities and communities. So with respect to this also, increasingly word is urbanizing, in the sense more people are living in the cities. So reasons are n better, opportunities, economic opportunities, better standard of living because of presence of infrastructural facilities. Okay, but what has happened? So there is a growth of cities as a phenomenon of urbanization, but what you see is, there are n number of negatives associated along with the urbanization. For example, see in India also, the most polluted cities. Okay, the cities are most polluted, and the air pollution always makes headlines in these cities. So not only with respect to air pollution, increased traffic, this is also a cause of concern in cities. So this is all unsustainable in the long run. So, and even claiming of wetlands, lack of poor drainage facilities, these all leads to urban floods also. So cities also face a number of issues today. So you see that it is not alone enough to go for having cities. It is equally important that these cities are sustainable. For example, you this for this you can quote smart cities in India, all those Amrut and all, to make cities sustainable. Okay, then responsible consumption and production. So in the sense, see, excessive consumerism, so consuming beyond what is necessity. So this is also is not a good sign, because you this whatever the consumed goods are there, they have been have been prepared using resources. So you should see that there is not a resource depletion because of excess consumerism. Okay, then climate action. So you are already aware of climate change is a reality. So it is depicted or reflected in n number of things. So like increased temperature, global warming, sea level rise, melting of glaciers. So see that you address the climate change also. So that it calls for climate action. 13, life below water and life on land. So biodiversity conservation has to be there. because ecosystem is important component which includes all these things, and that is helpful for the plays a role in energy and nutrient cycling, all those things. And not only having all the basic needs met, but society should also be peace. So it can be only peaceful when there is justice and order. So for that to happen, you need to have strong institutions. Okay. Then partnership for the goals. So going alone is tough, so going in a group is far better and much easier. So to achieve these all goals, it is necessary that international cooperation is there, countries come together. So to achieve the goals, so 17 SDG says that partnerships for the goals, okay, come together is what it says. So these are 17 goals. See, on broader scale, you can remember poverty, hunger, and this can be used to substantiate a number of GS questions. If there is a question on poverty, or if there is a question on urbanization, okay. So urbanization or smart cities and all those things. So you can, once you read what is the sustainable development goal, okay, 11. So obviously you will be dealing what are the issues that cities face. Okay, what are the issues that the communities living in the cities face. So once you know the issues, obviously you are going to solve the issue through coming with the various schemes and programs. So smart cities, Amrut and all. So in that way it will be helpful go through the these all things in specific with respect to facts and all. That will be helpful for even your essay also. Okay. So these are 17 goals. So what we will see today is with respect to how the sustainable development goals evolved. Okay. So development of the goals. So a bit of background. See, a concept of sustainability was first defined in Brundtland Commission report. The title of the report was Our Common Future. Okay, Our Common Future report was brought out by Brundtland Commission in 1987, and it for the first time defined what is sustainable development. Okay, so with the name Global Agenda for Change, so it defined what is sustainable development. It says a development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Okay, so you are able to meet needs of today's generation without compromising ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So for simple example, see today our needs, so our needs are nothing but goods and services, right? So these are our needs. So goods and services produced by industries. So how do they produce this? By making use of resources, the number of resources, water, forest, produce and all those things, and mining minerals and all. So they are produced by the resources. But what happens? Excessive use of resources over a long period of time, obviously there will be a depletion. So once there is depletion, so lack of resources, lack of availability of raw materials for industries. So that will compromise on the ability of industries to produce goods and services. So this, will, hamper future generations to meet their own needs. So sustainable development is that development which is able to meet the needs of today's without compromising needs of future generations to meet their own needs. So that is the meaning. The definition was provided in Brundtland Commission report. The name of the report was Our Common Future, and this became very popular internationally, influencing various economic, social, and environmental issues. Okay. So in 1992, there was a Earth Summit at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and countries adopted something called Agenda 21. So after the summit, this was adopted. Okay. So what is this Agenda 21? Was nothing but a comprehensive plan of action to build a global partnership for sustainable development to improve human lives as well as protect the environment. So in 1992, Earth Summit was held. Outcome, so Agenda 21 was adopted. So this agenda is nothing but there is a plan of action to build global partnership for sustainable development. We know what is sustainable development, so we need partnership to achieve that. So that was part of Agenda 21. How do we do that? Okay. So and after 1992, what we come across is in 2000, there is a Millennium Declaration at Millennium Summit 2000. So it led to elaboration of 8 Millennium Development Goals. See, so Sustainable Development Goals 2015 they are adopted. Prior to this, we had Millennium Development Goals. So these Millennium Development Goals were adopted in 2000. Okay. So what was the aim of this Millennium Development Goals? Again, to reduce the extreme poverty. Okay, this was the case. So 2010 to 2015. Okay, and again in 2002, 1992 Rio Earth Summit. Then we have Rio plus 10. So in 2002. So sorry, 2002. What was happened? That Johannesburg Declaration on Sustainable Development and Plan of Implementation was adopted at World's Summit on Sustainable Development in South Africa. So what did it do? It reaffirmed global communities' commitments to poverty eradication and environment protection and built on Agenda 21 and Millennium Development Goals. Okay. So that was reaffirmed what was going on. Okay. Then we have Rio plus 20, again 2012 in Brazil. So what member states outcome of this summit was the document called something the future we want. Okay, what they decided was to launch a process to develop a set of sustainable development goals to build upon Millennium Development Goals and to establish UN high-level political forum on sustainable development. So in 2000, Millennium Development Goals were adopted. So these goals were for a period of 15 years. Okay. So for 15 years, we had certain goals. What was the end goal was to reduce the poverty. Okay. So 15 years, obviously 2015 was the end. So what happened was, in 2012, the future we want in the UN Conference on Sustainable Development. So what was the decision was we will come up with a process that will set up various sustainable development goals by building upon the Millennium Development Goals. This was done in 2012. Okay. So after this, so finally in 2015, General Assembly of UNs began the negotiation process of post 2015 development agenda. So development 2000 to 2015, there were Millennium Development Goals were there, MDGs. So now they were ending 2000 to 2015. So what should be our course of action post 2015? Okay. So that was there. So these things culminated in the adoption of 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So in the first beginning only we saw this SDGs are part of 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So this was adopted and it has 17 sustainable development goals. So the goals we have seen and 169 targets. Okay, these were adopted in 2015 at UN Sustainable Development Summit 2015. Okay. So these were nothing but they were building on Millennium Development Goals. So what makes the difference between Millennium Development Goals and Sustainable Development Goals is SDGs go further than the Millennium Development Goals and target not only the low income countries but also all countries, in the sense even in the developed countries and developing countries. Okay, because we have seen few of the things, right? Sustainable development goals, gender inequality, okay, sustainable cities. So these are the issues not only present in low income countries, they are the issues even in developing countries, they are issues even in developed countries like US you take. So gender inequality persist. Okay, so these all things are there. So inequalities are there in even developed countries. So sustainable development goals called for targets. So these have to be done were applicable even in developed, developing and low income countries, all the countries. So that was a major difference with respect to MDGs and SDG. Okay. So apart from that, we have one more thing like, a global indicator framework, a small thing to know. This includes a specific targets and indicator for each goal. So we have seen 17 goals, right? So for under each goal, there will be certain targets, and that target will be seen through a particular indicator. For example, health and well-being. Okay, that was a Sustainable Development Goal 3. So within that, what are the targets that we have? There are targets like, reduce the global maternal mortality ratio to less than 70 per 1 lakh live births. Okay, so indicator that is measured in maternal mortality ratio. Okay, so maternal mortality ratio is nothing but number of deaths of women while giving birth. Okay, so that is maternal mortality ratio. And we also have targets keeping children in mind. So by 2030, end preventable deaths of newborn children under 5 years of age, with all countries aiming to reduce neonatal mortality to at least as low as 12 per 1,000 live births, and under 5 mortality to as low as 25 per 1,000 live births. So indicator is under 5 mortality rate, neonatal mortality rate. So under 5 is like death of children occurs below 5 years. So that is the number of deaths below 5 years, we refer it to the term under 5 mortality rate. And neonatal mortality rate is nothing but a rate of death of children within 28 days of their birth. Okay, that is one thing. And by 2030, end epidemics of AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and neglected tropical diseases, and combat hepatitis, waterborne diseases, and other communicable diseases. So no need to go in all the particular details, but just I wanted to convey that each goal has a particular target set. So these targets have to be achieved by 2030. So how they will be measured? Through a number of indicators. Okay, so this is also given a fact. So these were the things. This is for today. Again we will continue with the sustainable development goals, and after the end of the series of sustainable development goals, we will see like what was the specific issue with respect to Lakshadweep, and how do we relate it to sustainable development goals concept. Okay, so that's it for today. You can also download the PDF of this document in the link that is shared below, and you can also download Topper IAS in app and get the PDF of all these documents. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a good day.